In this video, we're going to talk about how to write a sales script for digital marketing services. And if you sell digital marketing services, you will likely find what we go through here very helpful and interesting. If you sell a different product or service, you still might find this video to be helpful because the step-by-step process that we go through to organize and brainstorm what to say when selling digital marketing services, you can use for your own product or service. You just have to replace what we talk about for digital marketing with the product or service that you sell. And so our step-by-step process starts with identifying what is the product or service that you sell. And in this case, the product or service is digital marketing services. And as part of brainstorming product details, we want to outline the features that are included with that product. What is provided as part of that product? I like to think of what you sell as being a box. And when you sell that box to your customer or your customer receives that box, what is inside the box? And so if a customer purchases digital marketing services from us, that can include that we will design, build, and update websites. We will create content for marketing communications. We will design and update marketing collateral. We will improve search engine optimization for websites. We will create short and long form videos. We will help with pay-per-click advertising, and we can create animated videos. And so once you outline all the different things that are provided as that with that product or service, I recommend you go one step further and think about how is this product or service different from the competition or different from who you're competing with. The competition could be the status quo, or it could be in-house options, especially with digital marketing services. You might be competing against employees that work in the organization. So stop to think about, how am I different from my direct competitor? Or how am I different from internal marketing resources? Or how am I different from the option to do nothing and just stay with the status quo? So in this example, we just put a few differentiation points together that we're experts at getting websites to rank on the first page of Google. We use machine learning to optimize website page layouts to improve conversion rates. So of course, the differentiation that you come up with, regardless of what you sell, is going to be very specific to you. So those are just some quick examples there. And the next step in the process is to think about who is the target audience for this sales script. This is a step that many salespeople skip, and you could skip this, but I think this is a great step to go through to think about, okay, who am I communicating to? Who is the audience for this sales script? Because when you change the audience, that could impact the sales script that you create. And so the target audience for this sales message, we're going to keep it very broad and we're just going to use businesses. But think about if you're creating a target audience of a VP of marketing for a large corporation. That would create one sales script. And then if you change that target audience to a small business owner that you're selling your digital marketing services to, that could be a totally different sales script from a VP of marketing for a large corporation. But for this sales script, we're going to just be broad and use businesses, which will create a sales script that we can use for both a VP of marketing or a small business owner. So this will be a broad sales script that we can use for a lot of different audiences. And the next step in the process is to think about, when we sell digital marketing services to businesses, what is the value that we have to offer? Or what are the improvements that we can deliver? And our goal here is to just brainstorm probably between 3 to 6 improvements that our product or service can deliver. And this can sometimes be challenging to kind of take a step back and think, well, I know what my product does, but what should we communicate in terms of how that can help? This can be tricky. So here I'm going to provide some steps and tools that you can use to help you to brainstorm the best things that you should communicate in terms of the value that you have to offer. And it starts with taking a step back to what we already came up with here and bring back the features that we brainstormed. And we can also bring back our differentiation and look at these to get ideas in terms of how we help. Now here's another tool that you can use, is that I've created a list of 7 common areas that most products and services help our prospects. And this list of common areas are that we can often make something work better, make something easier, decrease the time it takes to do something, increase revenue or income for our prospects and customers, decrease costs or expenses, improve product quality, decrease the risk of something bad happening, improve the visibility or access to information for the customers that use our product or service. So those are common types of improvements. And what we can do is we can look at each of our features one by one and then look at the list and say, Does that feature help to do any of these? And if it does, then we can compose a quick thought as to how it helps. For example, when we look at these and then go through the list, we might come up with some improvements that our digital marketing services help businesses to get more clients and revenue online. We help to increase sales revenue from new clients. We help to strengthen their position in the marketplace against direct competitors. We help to increase their market share. We help to generate more leads. We help them to improve their branding and messaging. We help to improve their internal and external communications. And the next step in the process is to think about what are some pain points that we can make go away for the prospects and customers that buy our services or buy digital marketing services from us. And our goal here is to try to brainstorm between 3 to 6 different pain points that we can help with so that we can then put those into our sales script. And most likely, if I say to you, well, what are some pain points that you help with? You can probably think of a couple pain points and throw those back at me. But here's a step-by-step process that can not only make brainstorming pain points easier, but this process I'm going to show you will help you to make sure you don't miss anything and are including all the key things that you should talk about in your sales script. And it starts with bringing back the improvements that we just came up with on the previous step. Because if we help to improve all of these different areas, when we create these improvements, it usually makes a pain point go away. So what we can do is we can sort of reverse engineer these improvements by kind of turning them upside down or thinking about what is the opposite of that improvement, or what problem goes away when we deliver that improvement, or what problem starts to happen if we're providing this improvement and then we take it away. So by kind of thinking about that and looking at each improvement one by one, what we can do is we can come up with a correlated, actually it's an inversely correlated list of pain points to say that businesses often can find it challenging to tell the story of their company and its products. Businesses can often find it difficult to establish and improve branding for their company and products. It can be challenging to generate leads. It can be difficult to get into new client accounts. It can be complex to figure out how to get more revenue online. It can be difficult to improve their positioning against direct competitors. It can be difficult to increase market share. And the next step in the process is to think about good questions to ask. I believe the best salesperson is the one that asks the best questions. And you might agree with that, but not necessarily know what questions to ask. Well, the first thing that I recommend you do is create pain questions. I think pain questions are good questions that you can ask to find out if the prospect has the pain points that your product or service can make go away. And here's another trick to help you to think of pain questions is that we can bring back those pain points that we just came up with in the previous step. And if this is a good list of pain points that we can help make go away by providing our product or service, for each pain point, there's usually a question that we could ask. So we can look at each pain point and think, well, what question could we ask to see if someone has that challenge or concern? And so we can go through this list one by one to come up with pain questions. How difficult is it to tell the story of your company or products? How do you feel about your ability to generate leads? How important is it to increase revenue from new clients? How happy are you with the amount of revenue you're generating online? How much of a priority is it to improve your positioning against your direct competitors? How important is it to increase your market share? So those are what I would refer to as pain questions. There's another category of questions that I'd recommend you include in your sales script, and those are what I refer to as current state questions. These are questions that help you to identify what is the prospect doing in the area where you have something to sell. So if you sold cars, current state questions would be, do you have a car today? Do you own it? Do you lease it? How much do you owe on it? What year is it? How's it running? How many family members do you have that you need to transport in your car? So I can't tell you what current state questions you should ask for your product or service, but I can provide common areas that you should probably ask about regardless of what you sell. So you might want to ask prospects if they are currently using something similar to what you sell, who they're currently buying it from, any details around current systems or processes, people in the organization, current contracts or expiration dates, any size details around number of different sites, people, systems, current performance of the current areas where you have something to offer, last time they looked at purchasing something similar to what you sell. So here's some current state questions for digital marketing services. Are you currently working with a digital marketing agency? Who do you go to for changes and improvements to your website? What is the CMS that your website is running on? How many websites do you have? Are you using videos or animations in your marketing efforts? What are you using to generate leads online? How many leads are you generating online? When was the last time you considered other options for help with digital marketing? Are you the right person to speak with in this area? And the last step in the process is to think of a customer example that we can share in our sales script. I think that sharing customer examples is a great way to not only build interest in what you sell by painting a picture of someone else that you've helped, but it can also help you to establish credibility and make customers trust you more regarding your ability to deliver and provide what you say you can provide. So our goal here is to think of a few key details about a customer that we've helped in the past, and here's a sort of tool that you can use to create your customer example. You might want to think about a past customer that you've helped. What is a problem that they had before they started working with you? What did you sell to them to solve that problem? And then what are 2 improvements that you were able to create by providing them your product or service? And we can often go back to some of the benefits that we've already come up with and pain points that we've already come up with in the previous steps, because if we brainstormed a good list of benefits and pain points, likely those are things that we've delivered to a past customer. So we worked with an oil and gas company. They had challenges telling the story of their company and their products. We were able to help with that by providing our digital marketing services. This not only helped them to increase sales revenue from new clients, but it also helped them to strengthen their position in the marketplace. So whether or not you can use that exact customer example, what you can see there is it's 4 quick bullet points that quickly explain a customer that we helped, and then we can use that customer example in our sales scripts. Now, all those steps that I went through there, each step basically allows us to what I would refer to as building blocks. So you end up with a value points building block, a pain points building block, a pain questions building block, a customer example building block. And then what we can do is we can very easily mix and match those building blocks to create a cold call script, opening with our value proposition, then going real quickly to some pain questions or current state questions. We can also use those same blocks to create an appointment script. So not only does that allow us to give us something to say when we reach out and call the prospect, but we can use all those same bullet points when we're sitting down and having a meeting with a prospect. We can use those same bullet points to create cold email messages. And here's an example of creating 6 different cold email messages using those building blocks and stringing those together to create a cold email campaign. We can also use those building blocks to create different voicemail messages. Now, as you can see, I'm showing you a lot of different stuff that we can create with those different building blocks. And I don't want to take time in this video to go through what all of those different documents look like, because we've already done that. If you go to the Smart Sales System playlist on our YouTube channel, there's actually a video. Video number 4 is writing sales scripts. And basically what we do in this video is we show you all the different templates that you can populate with your building blocks. So the hard part is actually creating your building blocks and brainstorming the individual bullet points. The easy part is plugging those into templates that we've already created and provided for you in this video. So if you want to see how those different building blocks fit together and all the different documents you can create with those, go to this video. Now, if you actually sell digital marketing services and you want to use what I just shared with you to create your sales script and you want to piece those building blocks together, that's actually already done for you inside of the Sales Scriptor software application. So inside of Sales Scriptor, we've already loaded up that digital marketing services sales message that I just went through with all those different bullet points and answers. And then if you go to Sales Scriptor, you can actually load up your account with that sales message, and that will have all of the answers that I just went through in our sales message builder. And then the software does what I recommend you do by going to that other YouTube video. The software has all of the templates that we show you in that other video. And when you load up your account with that sales message of digital marketing services, then all those templates are filled in with all of those different answers, and you get all the different scripts for digital marketing services. And that's pretty much it. If you want more information or have questions, the best place to go is salesscriptor.com. There are plenty of other videos that provide tips, and there are also ebooks that you can download for free on our website. If you have questions of the product of Sales Scriptor, there are plenty of demo videos that will show you all the different features of the software. If you want to contact us or communicate with us, that's the best place to go. You can get our email address, phone number. There's also a chat window on the website. Thanks for being here, and hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.